vibes tonight, chill vibes tonight. Laid back life, laid back. No stress, no fight, no stress, no fight. Throwing parts together, throwing parts. Crafting all night, all night. Get ready to build, get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Chill vibes tonight, chill vibes tonight. Laid back life, no stress, no fight, no stress, no fight. Throwing parts together, crafting all night. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right.
Well, good morning and greetings to all you travelers, and of course, all you builders out there. It's me, Kevin C. here, yet again at Action Pants Gaming with another Sunday stream. So that makes this day Sunday, June the 22nd, 2025, and I have just 10 a.m., at least from the seat that I'm sitting in. I know some of you are still sitting out there in the past, and some are even in the future, but whatever present you happen to be in, I hope it's going good for you. All right, what are we going to be doing? Some more noodling around. I think we need to look for our next build spot. So, oh, I saw Gamma Wolf. Welcome, Gamma. Yeah, I did notice that dystopic had an update. We could check it out, actually. We could do that. And hey, it is the Mad, the Myth, the Legend, the Scottish, the Gak. Welcome, MSG. Thank you for being here, the moderator of moderators. Good to have you aboard, as always. All right. I have no idea what we're doing ever. I should probably finish this thing before I go somewhere else, right? Because I was looking over here like, all right, let's try and extend that up here. Make this look like a building, you know? But blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Blah, diddy, blah. The vampire who has nothing to really say. I hope we get some sort of building fix update. That would be quite nice. But, you know, blah. Trying to think of how I would move the floor to then put something in between here. Although that's not horrible, it's just it is too noticeable. And I can move this other one, but it's kind of a pain. That one. Because it goes, yeah. And then this does this weird thing. But you know what? Let's try something here. That'll work, right? No. Damn it. That's not right. Hold on. There we go. That's right. Something ain't right. Do I have to go an extra one? No. Maybe. We might have locked ourselves out of here. We did. Which that would make sense, so yeah, we don't need to deal with that, okay. But we do need to flip the floor if we want to, you know, cut into that. Alright, windows are done on this. Then we come down here, and we got to figure out this frickin' mess. Which I think is just going to be a simple closure. I don't know if I should use the light one or standard one. Where are you not? Oh, that's right. Aha! I see what needs to happen. This should be temporary. Gary 420, what is going on? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Ah, but she's not the right way. Oh. Aha. Maybe. E.R. Burroughs, what is going on? Welcome, welcome. Making a mess as usual. No, wait, that's wrong. Is that wrong? No, that's right. Double tap, tap. What's going on? Let's do that. This. That. Color area, okay. That. And that should get us fully enclosed on that area. Still got to figure out what we're going to do with that, but eh. Now we're here. Voila. And we got to figure out how to deal with getting into here somehow. Which might just be a teleporter. The SRT may be the answer there. It's a simple, simple solution. This was kind of a pain in the butt, but I got it to work out and be sort of even. But it was not the easiest of tasks. But wasn't also very difficult either. It was just finding the right spot to put stuff, you know. But it created a neat little yeah, I know. It's so crazy. I mean, right now I'm just concentrating on the, you know, the new parts for the most part. When I find the new area to build, I have a, you know, now that these parts exist plus other stuff, I would like to build another city idea or city street sort of thing I've had in mind. Sort of reminiscent of our old day build, but revamped in a new way. All right, we're almost done with this other building over here. We'll get to it. We got to figure out if we can connect these two little areas too. But yeah, this is the experiment to date on these new parts with trying to figure out how to combine and make look like something. You know, enlarging the towers and then sort of skinning it. I'm trying to drag up areas, make it look like an actual building. And we could probably extend this floor if we wanted to, out and around. Or we keep it sort of separate. Yeah, that's what I've been looking for, ER. It's another canyon. I can't frickin' find an old ER-style canyon. I have all these ideas and all the stuff that I made in, you know, my city R&D that I'd love to be able to kind of have something a little more congruent. Like, this is just a, you know, a complete and utter experiment, and, you know, trying to figure out how to blend the these parts, the freighter parts, in with the new parts. But everything looks like it belongs together. I know, ER, I've, like, and then if I do find one, I can't find one that's, you know, and, you know, it doesn't have the EM field, or, you know, it's missing something. You know, it's always like, so close, but not quite. Alright, and then this here, I gotta figure out how to extend this bit up. I have a feeling we can probably just bring it up and over like that. Shift things around a little bit. And then we could do another floor up to here, maybe. I mean, yes, we're going to cover some stuff, obviously, but, you know, we can bring this out maybe a bit. But, you know, as long as we use the techniques we've had for a bit, your measurements are, you kind of know what they are a little bit here and there. Yeah, it kind of messes with things sometimes a little bit too much, but like here, we're pretty close on, you know, this being centered to this. It'd be nice if it were. And we could finagle in hand place, and, you know, but we know where hand placement gets when you want to get further out. I really wish I had a copy, you know, that I could update up to the point of building, you know, but not a complete update, you know, to kind of show what tier glitching used to be like. I think would be kind of interesting. Yeah, I've been wishing for new prefabs for some time now, and especially when they released this new deep water and they didn't give a new, you know, a new underwater, deep water prefab, or any new prefabs forever. And the old prefabs, you know, or legacy parts, don't match the art style. And I was looking at this new stuff going, well, you could kind of make a prefab out of this, you know? And do something with that, you know? Have the curved window go in here. You know, I've stacked the round room with this, and it works pretty well. And you could even, you know, create Oh, wait a minute. Why are you doing... Oh, is my ship too close? Object too close. Me. I'm like, wait a minute. I know I've done this. But they're about the same size. And you know, you could get more perfect with it, but Nexus Simulacrum, welcome. And they need to fix the lighting. The lighting is not very good at the moment, I must say. Didn't I find a... And speaking of, you did a really great kind of city build with these new parts. That's not it. Actually, it might be easier to find it through the top. Alright, where's our halfway bits here? Yeah, I think this line? Wait. I don't know if they gave us any halfway bits, but we'll use what we have here. Here and here. Here? Alright, that looks better, but we would have to bring that down a tad. Although, we could use that for something. Not saying we couldn't. But yeah, that looks a little more centralized, symmetrical. Yeah, we just replace this with a floor panel, bring it down a little bit, blah, blah, blah. You know, move it. Easy enough. Actually, we could even do this right now. Hold on. Boom. 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 Well, that might be in the middle. Let's not do that. Boom. 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 Nope. Actually, let's make this easier on ourselves in a bunch of different ways. Let's do that. And you, of course, you could get more specific. Well, it's always had that, but to the new one, I don't know, but we'll try it in a minute. What am I doing now? Oh, yeah. This. Not that. I will say one thing, glitching seems to be getting a bit more difficult. And hey, that looks pretty darn good. And it looks like it follows this path pretty well, which is pretty darn cool. Let's see where this goes. Well, what do you know? That's pretty nighty-caney. It gets a little bit funky there. Oop. Does that give me an opening? Sort of, kind of, in a weird way. No. And it's a little bit off center. But we could make that work if we needed to. Yeah, there we go. We can see it there. Boop. So I could turn it if I wanted to go through the hassle. But now we kind of know where the mark is to find our center there. Alright, let's see if this will take on the rusty bit texture. Rusted salvage. Olive and bronze. There we go. Oop. 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 Yeah, it looks like the traditional rusty texture of the pipe and prefabs. But looks like we get a better color choice. You know, we get some color choices. Okay, but didn't we figure something out the other day that made our lives easier? Alright, so I want that. Let's go green and silver. Rusted. That. Oh, never mind. I was doing before. There we go. Green, silver, rusted. That should give us... Yes. Alright, there we go. That's what you do. Forget. Alright, so we color, we pick our thing, cache our thing, we go, and it won't work if you don't cache it properly either. And then you, nope, see? I gotta clear it. Yeah, I was using the freighter parts as underwater. And trying to mix these with them, it was sort of a pain. But now if I were to do that, I'd have to go and redo the whole thing. Because it's all freighter parts. But yeah, you can still get in here, walk around. You have a neat little thing you can decorate off of, you know. It's relatively symmetrical. I mean, but it, you know, it fits here real nice. The band is, you know, it doesn't look tucked in anywhere, you know, too noticeably. You know, we get over here, we can see it, you know, where we're off a little bit. But, and, you know, it doesn't take much to, you know, put it back. The biggest issue I'm seeing these days, though, is the lighting, you know. And I'd have to move this away in order to really do anything interesting with it. Although not really necessarily. But it'd be nice if we could go from one thing to another. And with this, we could actually make a gazebo, unlike the gazebo part that we have, which does not. You know, we can make an open gazebo. Grimy, what's going on? Right? And then you can mess with that bit, obviously, blah, 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 yada, 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 more stuff. And then if you wanted to, you could micro adjust this down, or, you know, do what you should do, which is actually, and we're already set up for it, take this, that, do this, add that, although in this case, that doesn't really work out for us. So, but you could do, you know, you could turn it and get whatever you need there. Wonder what the inside, that row, yeah, hold on. And I tried getting into it, but it just pops you out. So like if you stack one on here, like so, it unfortunately just scoots you right out. It's like, nope. You shouldn't be here. Where's the ladder? Pop. But I could aim this in any direction I need it, I suppose. You know, I just got to know where the door bits are, how that, you know, the wire does what it does. And I might even be able to... Ooh. Where is the center of the center? See what we get out of this. You know, you could use cuboids and all that. Alright, so if this is our... Looking at here. There. Ish. Not too off. Oh, you know how I feel about that. And then we could, because at this point, you wouldn't see it. The ladder, flatten that out. mean, doesn't really do much good except for like a little design element. Not really a feasible room, but you can, work off of it, I suppose. Or you just do facade, cover up a bunch of things and make it look like it's supposed to be there. Eh. Oh. Well, that's not very good, is it? Let's see what the autosave brings us. Oops. That's not good. Alright. Thankfully I know where my restore point is. But, anyway, you see where we're going with that. You could add some prefabs, which would be cool if they gave us new ones that matched, and it would make more sense. I do have to redo something, though, don't I? Yeah, the silly window over here. Oh, well. That takes 0 time, really. Actually, because it gets wacky here. I wish the posters got larger. I should probably save this time, huh? Ah, those are offset. That's why. Okay. That's why that was doing. The same spot? It is the same spot. Alright, where are you coming from? That's the problem. Or we could just say forget about it. Call it a day and go this way. Oh. Yeah. I mean, we could flip it around later. It doesn't really matter. Or we do have that option. That's a better option. Less parts, I think. You're gonna be too high up, which will then bring you down. Don't bring you down. Go. No. Take forever. And we need to come down about, what, 1 or 2? Two. Yeah, these things are great. These new parts are really interesting. I mean, yes, someone brought up they are a reskin of whatever, but my only complaint right now is they look off. Like the parts look, I don't know, they look kind of blurry. The texture seems off. The snap point's also a little bit off, but some of it is good. And even, you know, we've shown this before, but like, so it just kind of looks like weird. It doesn't look quite right. And if we go into the roof panels, like this looks all wonky. And then if you notice, and I think they did this initially with the other parts. This is off center. And then where is this one at now? It's a good example. And if you look here, like this is way over, and then it kind of comes in. You know, it just doesn't look like it's placed properly. You know, on the, and I wish they had given us some new low profile ones as well. Aside from, you know, this, which we have, but now it has the trash can lid on top of it. This, they took out the lights, which is kind of a bummer. You know, it'd be nice to have the lighting. I mean, I suppose you could put your own in, but the reversal is, yeah, no, you can't even do that because it's at an angle. without some serious work. But, and the lighting is off. A bunch of lighting issues I'm seeing. All right, what are we doing? Yeah. Plus all the light floors, light cubes, are all that's off. None of them are taking the color. The light seems like dim or too bright, but not throwing enough light. If that makes sense, like it's really bright, but it's not casting anywhere. Yeah. I mean, still, lots of fun, and these parts are pretty cool. I'm just pointing out the things I'm noticing that. And I've also had a few issues where I'll be building, then I'll do something or nothing. And then all of a sudden I'll go to build and be like, oh, we're near your base computer. I'm like, yeah, I am. Then you reload and it's fine. Sometimes I'll do the cache pin glitch and I can continue to build. It doesn't revert back to the base computer. Sam Vibes, what's going on? Yeah, there's all kinds of interesting phenomena going on right now. It'd be a fun PvP cluster here. All right, what are we going to do next? What's next? What are we off to next here? Suppose we should probably maybe finish this or do something with this. Nothing yet, Sam. I don't know. WTF. I don't know what the heck's going on with all that, bro. But yeah, nothing as of yet. I wish the ends were, there was a way to open them. So you didn't have that bar. Alright, maybe not this. Let's see if we can get up there. Alright, so we need to be there-ish. Then it's what? Alright, well, we'll we'll try it right off of that, and then we'll see where we need to be. Huh. I think we're right, we just got to turn around. Okay. Now, see, this did revert back to the base computer, so now I gotta build. Make our lives a little bit easier. We might need to move it out, but we'll see. The stairs are, I forget the stairs, they're so weird. Thumbnail looks, Quantum 2456, what is going on? The thumbnail looks so cool. What thumbnail? And my apologies. And welcome, by the way. My city, perhaps, I think is that. Alright, so I gotta go out. How many? I think there. Taking a guess. Damn it. This is just the pain part about the cash bin. Alright, let's do what we should have done in the first place. Yeah, similar. I'm doing an R&D because I have a feeling that the parts aren't quite what they should be at the moment. In terms of their clarity and some other things going on. Damn you. 1, 2. Alright, so it's this one. Which gets to be a little on the frustration side, we'll be honest. Worth it in the end, though. Definitely worth it in the end. Oh, it'll take forever. I don't work fast. I tinker. I noodle. I mean, the amount of time I've spent on... Doesn't seem wrong here. I feel like it's... Alright, what's going on here? That should be... Oh, because I did that. Ah, yeah, moron. Boom. 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 Ah. Side to side. Was not the same. There we go. Wait, that's not right. There we go. Should be able to bring us back around to that. What? Everything? Yeah. To use the freighter parts, yeah, it can get a little daunting. Especially when you miss. Never thought about this. Why have I not? Is there a reason? I've done it before and I'm not remembering why. Well, that's the building process. Do that. Back to that here. Add in the stairs. Well, that helps. That's a little too... Come back a little further. Yes, we do. That works. Sort of. We could do this. I mean, you could also hand place. Although we probably should bring out more, freighter parts. And then build off of that. But why? And also, kind of like down here, where we could start, throwing down another building, enter here, and another building, pathway over to here, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's really whatever you're, if you want to start changing things up and moving from one set of build parts that really aren't supposed to be here. And half of this playing around is just experimenting with, different ways to traverse one type of thing into another. Like what works the best, what looks, good at the same time. I bet you, though, something like this would be best done manually. Get certain things brought in, but then take these stairs and just so you can get in there. I mean, you could micro adjust the floor, but the whole point is to try to, if you're not going to go from a freighter part to another freighter part, you're trying to, and I don't know if, I swear I used to remember a technique where you could use a door upside down and it would open that up, but I don't know how. I've tried a couple of things and I couldn't get it to work, so I don't know if it still works, or two, if it ever was a thing and I was just imagining it. And this planet unfortunately gets very dark very quickly. And again, I wish there was a, and I know there's no reason for it, but I wish there was a half freighter stair where you didn't have to go so far off into the distance. Crusty Boots, welcome. Yeah, you know, it's like when they took the spinning from the terbium growth. You know, that really kind of bummed me out. We had built some really neat things with that. Yes, we did. Oh, that's right. I didn't want to. Yeah, because of the view. Yeah. All right, now I got to start doing that until I'm done. But this will give me a, you know, a starting point if I lose my cube. I'm leaving that as a thing. Now, again, we could change it up entirely and start using the room. Although we're not close enough for that yet. But we could add these in, get it to a certain distance or whatever. And while yes, in this particular instance, you're not going to get, you could use it as a facade, which might not be a bad idea. Oops. This is quicker right now. Yeah, but you got to be super careful these days when it comes to deleting. Parts tend to go through. And I may not keep this. Right now, I'm just looking. So it doesn't get, it's not as close to the wall or to the edge of that as I would like. So wish I could copy. Part duplicated. Yeah, bull crap. Yeah, what the hell? Let's see what it does. Mildly curious. Then you decorate off that later, I would imagine. Let's go there. Let's go. I mean, we could start out a little further too. Oh, we'll go this way. Alright, so I would have to turn that one. You know what? What the hell? Why the heck not? It's nice you could add, like, you know, nice storage rooms and all that stuff down here. Why are you here? Why can't I get you to this side? Alright, I'll try spinning it again and we'll see what happens. Or does it not matter? Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Alright. What about a door? Yeah, so I should be able to do the door, then go that way. We have a very different look, though, you know, when we do that. Because that door, that freighter door has that big, bulky top side. If I like this. wondering if there's a way I can bring it down to here. But I'd have to bring it here anyway first before I could bring it down. And then we could maybe hide, you know, stuff. And yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Damn it. A little too low. Bummer. Oh well. Really sure, but nah, nah. We'll do something else. We'll figure it out. That's half the battle. Just trying to figure out what you want to make. Unless you already have a clear and concise idea, which I never do, so. Like, yeah, we'll get something done. See, and there's no way for me to test certain things. I'm like, because we're not in a freighter. So I can't do anything. So instead, what we could do is we'll add on some more of this credola. And then we'll use this as the decking. It seems to work pretty good for this. And then we can build sort of off of that. That's the platform. I wish we could just remove that railing somehow. I mean, you end up using a bit of part for this, unfortunately, because, yeah, while we can build into here, we still need to open that back part up. So it sure would be nice to just be able to build these on normal. Will Badger, what's going on? Then you take your, we add a floor here. Or actually, we kind of already have it, Although it doesn't always end up in the middle, if I'm mistaken. Oh, no, it does. Okay, yeah. So, as long as you're using then you change this to a large floor panel, you can start working with that, or, build off of this, here. Yeah, I mean, you could rotate it. Or just, build off of that. Which, while it does show the railing in your build, you could use it. But the freighter parts do work really well with these. It would be nice if we could just terrain build them, They also make great underwater prefabs that match the current art style. But I really think they should take these and make the round area there as some sort of a prefab deal. All right, this is where mixing parts comes in handy, because we know that this is going to be too low and it's going to cut into this and it's going to, take away from what we did here. So what we could do is what? All right, we need to think about this. I think we can go in with a regular stair, off of this. Like have a weird transitional thing. We'd have to build a room or something off of this. Then from there we could then bring in the next set of freighter parts. If that makes sense. So know that that's too low. And that looks like it is... Oh... Well, let's find out. Well, it's usually what? 2? 3. 3. If we If I want to lift that one up, it's then gonna give me stairs. I'm gonna have to deal with, and we're gonna have a break. And that would cut there, you know, that would, the bar would show. So I'm not worried about here because we throw in some stairs and then cover the stairs with something, not a big deal. And that could bring us down to another weird layer that we could deal with after. But if we want to surpass that, alright, let's... Alright, I gotta think about this one. But I think we can transition. I'm just trying to figure out how, because we gotta go 3 short walls up. Or down. But preferably up right now. So I really didn't plan any of this. I could... I know the transition's possible. I'm just trying to figure out how. Well, it might not be. It could be being out of my mind. All right, but before we figure this out, I need more coffee. We've been sitting here for about an hour and a half. I gotta stretch out. I gotta peel these peepers away from the screen for a minute. We'll be back shortly. You know how it goes. Get up, stretch out, peel the peepers away from these screens. Get yourself a beverage. Do your bio waste contaminating disposal. You know what to do. We're going to take a little break. We'll be back in a few minutes. For those of you who got to get going, thanks for stopping in. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, leave a comment, and all that jive. For those of you sticking around, we'll see you in a couple. All right.
Clouds roll in, it's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams cut through the rain. Easy vibes drifting like a train. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Raindrops tap, not a soul around. Everything's still and my mind's unwound. Shapes in the mist, colors so bright. Nip, nip haze, feels like midnight. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. blazes in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Clouds roll in, it's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams cut through the rain. Easy vibes drifting like a train. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow.
Alrighty, we're back. Kinda. I gotta take another quick AFK, but alright. How do we transition here? How do we transition? Let's think about this for a minute. So that's gonna be off regardless. I mean, that's okay. And that has to come up 3. I mean, alright. 2. Maybe we could do 2. It's a little less. A little less. Yeah, but see, now we got to deal with that. Which actually, that's not too bad, is it? We're going to cover that anyway. Actually, we might even be able to do... We might even be able to drive ourselves insane by how many times it takes to actually get this to work. Thank you. Okay. here is our problem. Not really, I suppose. At some levels, yes. Not too bad. Let's see here. That actually could come up. Or... bring that up, yeah. And it's not my favorite transition, but it does work. Oh, really? I don't know. I'm not digging it. I thought I would, but just trying to figure out. I don't want to do. And I could. Just doesn't seem right. If we bring that out, creating another level. Not too far off. But right, it's off. Okay. And it's not quite and a half, is it? Yeah, it kind of is. No. Nope. Sometimes you gotta look and you gotta do it. Sorta yes. Kinda no. I mean, it does work as a transition here. You know, we can sort of finagle that. But what I'm noticing here. Alright, what if I boom, boom, boom. Ah. And then I'd have to flip that in order to get these to rotate in the other direction, but no. Alright, let's try flipping it. There. Wow, the collision bubble's fierce on those parts. Sometimes when you're got another part out, sometimes it gets, I think it gets in the way, doing what I'm trying to do. Or not. Come on. Thank you. Jeez Louise. Oops. And I wish they would bring the, like, I hate when they take things away in animations, you know, from decorative pieces. It's like, you know, one, people have already built things with the animation in mind, you know. And it's like, don't take away. Why are you not doing what I need you to do? One of them worked. Oh, 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 oh. One, I think. No. Hmm. All right, never mind. I ain't messing with it that much. Yeah, we'd have to flip that, that's for sure. It'd be something more like that. Obviously not all lights, it's just me trying it out. Just checking things out here. This stuff. I wonder if we can move that in instead of using the platform here. If we use the walkway, maybe. It's the only other thing I can think of. Then this would need to. Wait a minute. What if I do that? Then this would have to become, something. Because all the way down to the ground wouldn't look right. Just wouldn't look supportive. Then this would have to come over to here somehow. I can live with that. Again, this is just, you know, what if stuff. Nothing in particular at the moment. That was funny. Something there. Again, we're just noodling. No definitive anything right now. Oh, this would be a pain. I'd have to dig. Yeah, I mean, we could. Gotta dig, we gotta dig. But I think I would have to dig. And it wouldn't end up being in the right spot. So no on that. Although we could replace this. Too bad that wasn't centered, huh? We could bring this out. We could, you know, we could center this off of this. But, I don't know. I don't know. And we'll probably change the heights by flipping things around and all that, you know. Right now I'm just trying to see what I can get here. Because we can raise this up by 1 and all that. And I don't want all the lights. That's why I'm doing it this way, so I know this is temporary. This might not be what we end up with, but and we could nudge this forward if we wanted, raise up the floors. Just you have to, you know, or take this, bring it up 1. Throw down some stairs. Or bring this up here like that. A little bit of a hitch. I don't know, I'm just noodling here. Just trying some stuff. I don't know. It's something. It's all just about trying stuff, you know. We could also carry this through and then bring it down, so on and so on. You know what I mean? But the whole idea is to make it as believable as possible. Like it's, oh, it doesn't look overly wonky. This is a little overly wonky, but part of me is thinking if I actually just take one of these, ooh, you know what? Yeah, maybe. Alright, hold on. Let's see. No, that's going to be this level. So if we do... That might help. Yeah, it's a little bit better of a transition. King, what's going on? Alright, now we just gotta find the, oh, it's right here. Totally forgot about that. Oh. Wait a minute. I gotta go back to those. It's been years since I've done the AR light thing. Although I don't know how good they're working these days. Gurgle. Why are you being such a pain today? I still gotta get out. It's gonna get wicked hot today, too. And, of course, it rained this morning, so it's gonna get super muggy. And this might not even work now that I'm thinking of it. Oh, no, it should. It may not. Alright, so then you would be here, here, and where? It's like, I went down on my break, it was like 85 Fahrenheit. Could even bring this out, actually. and then bring this over one more. So it hangs over. Ah, shiza. Get that later. Bring that out as maybe to here. Or not. Change this out. Bring this all the way down. No. Okay. Like maybe. No. What if I made a museum of the cool things I've made? I would have no room for anything. No, I have no idea, to be honest with you. Don't know. The years I've been building, I would need to create quite a large museum full of whatnots. I'm trying to remember, like, what was one of the first kind of more interesting things I made. The first thing that got any attention was like the original time machine thing I did. Or the egg. Back then, the seed. Of how one thing will go on, but another one will not. What's my favorite build? Oh, I've had a few over the years. That's a good question. They all had their own whatever you want to call it. Their own special. Isn't that special? They all had their own elements that I kind of liked. I don't think there was one build in particular where I was like, my city, but that's more of, just because it was never supposed to be what it became and yada, 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 Damn it. So close. Ah. Although I could bring it in a little further, I suppose. Actually, what I should do is bring that out, see where it goes. Hmm. What was your favorite live? I'm not sure what you mean there. Oh, probably my 24-hour. But again, everyone is unique. Some are better than others, that's for sure. So, I don't generally have favorites of any particular thing I do. Most of you know I don't like most of what I do. So, there is that. Keone, welcome. Pereira. I think I got it. Pereira. Did I remember it? Or am I still a big jerk? Nice. I remembered. Why do I do YouTube? Uh, 'Cause the No Man's Sky community is awesome. And it's what I've done since my PlayStation days. Wish I could get a black railing somehow. What's up, Gumbo? Good to have you along, man. How you doing? How you feeling? You doing good, bro? I hope so. But he's absolutely correct. I lack the cleavage for Twitch. Right on, homie. So, oh geez, can't think right now. Nexus Simulacrum did this cool city build with the new parts. I saw something I dug. Debating on nipping it and doing my own version of, but taking the basic idea. Downside is scale and, you know, all that. Well, that worked out pretty good. That ain't too snabby. This grown man has no IQ for this thing called Twitch. I'm not sure what's going on there, bud. You saying I don't have the IQ for Twitch? You're probably right. I've never considered Twitch. Never thought about it. Not saying that I never would. Just, I don't know what it would entail. I thought about it at one point. But, you know, I can't put enough of what I would like to do into the YouTube channel because, you know, I have to work, you know, to pay bills and all that fun stuff. Yay. But, was he trolling? I don't know. I guess trolls will be trolls, huh? I don't know. I hope you're not trolling. We always like to make new friends here, as long as they're respectful. No worries, Grammy. Well, you know, I mean, it is what it is. You know, I don't worry about it too much. I mean, obviously, I got to worry about it a little. But, you know, there's enough garbage in this world to... People are going to be people, I guess. And while you can't go in it, it's interesting. Kind of. I don't know if I want to keep that light there or not. But I ain't too shabby-labby. Actually, yeah, we do. May not want to keep this one on the bottom. Yeah, Grimy, tonight if you want, bro. If you got time, I can help out. More than happy to. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I like that idea. It works well. Yeah. Glad I took that idea. You know, obviously I want to try and make it my own somehow, but I think I did. I'm not sure if I copied them exactly. I don't think I did. But that don't look too shabby now, does it? That's a nice, easy way to kind of hide things, too. What if we could just drop that in again? A different spot. Alright, so we would have to do... I don't know if I'd be able to do that, because... Yeah, we would have to... use... okay, no. Not gonna do that. Though... what if we... Ooh, so close. And don't I have another one under there? No? That works and doesn't work all in the same because that wraps too far. Oh, does it? Yeah. Also, I'm wondering if I should drop that in there. Kind of clean that edge up, but I don't know if we need to. We're almost at our next break time. Because Did it start twisting in? Is that what happened? Oh, that sits in there pretty good, actually. It's nice and flush. I'll take it. Doesn't always work out to our benefit. So when it does, I'm pretty grateful. And again, I wish they had added a plain version of this as well, or just this bar would have been really cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still really cool piece, but it would have been nice. Instead of having to use, two of these, for example, to get the same look. Which then it makes me have to, do that sort of thing, which I'm not really keen on. Well, that's kind of cool. It's a good way to add in light, too. Well done. Uh, yep. I'm a big jerk. Simulacrum. Galactus Simulacrum. Simulacrium. Thank you. Come on. Thank you. Oh, no. Yes. I'll go here, but I won't go there. Alright. Oh, that's because I didn't have a thingamajiggy there. Sound Author, what's going on? Dashboard Double, welcome, welcome. Yeah, you know. When have you known me to do anything properly? Oop, that's not what I wanted. Now, the great thing about this I'm noticing is you can cover quite a bit of, you know, what's here. I hate when it switches like that all the time. But, you know, it hides a good percentage of all that stuff. So you could, you know, you could hide large portions. And I'm not really being too particular whether or not this is lining up or not. It's more for fun, you know. I mean, if we wanted to be, you know, ultra, ultra specific and, you know, symmetrical, we would, you know, do something a little bit different. We would put down cubes and use the wire, and but since we're just trying to have a little noodly fun, that's what we will do. We will try to have a little noodly fun. Yeah, so what? So bloody what? That's what happens to you when you just run through it real quick. This is what I hate. It should go. All right, there we go. I was about to be like, "Arr." Yes, it's kind of a part eater because of having to use all the short walls, but I think it's worth it. And of course, we'll make an opposing blue version somewhere. Yeah, that kind of cuts that, but that's okay. I could finagle it, but let's see. Nice, quick, easy way to kind of make a, little something there. Make it worthwhile. Granted, it's you can't go in it, but it looks enough like something that we could even finagle more and make little balconies or something off of it if we wanted to. Give it a different vibe. If we wanted, we could do another opposing one, or we could cover some more of that. Yeah, we got options here. Oh, I think my controller might be on its way to nowhere land here. Oh, that's the full drop, which then gives us what? Yeah, the gap. Okay, that's what I thought. All right. But what could I do here? Is that centered on that? Yeah, pretty much. I could drive it up that way or bring it down. Kind of debating on whether or not I want this little bit here or not. Or at least just matches the floor at that point. Take care, Grimy. I'll hit you up later. I don't know what's a good time for you, but if you want to, it'll be a few hours after I get done. You'll stream in bits here. All right, now why do you not want to cooperate? Because I'm standing here? Probably not. What is your major malfunction? Why do you not want to go? Huh? Ah, I see. Well, I don't really, but... Oh, okay. And, you know, we're just trying to find some alternate ways to kind of have this is a little bizarre. And again, we're just trying some ideas. None of this is concrete. That's why, again, I've got all that, all the blue light stuff here. Although it does look cool. Not what I want right now. And then, you play around with design elements later, in terms of where you want your light and everything. Large portion of what we're doing is just, trying, just seeing where everything's going to fall. If that makes sense, Now if I do, this one should be fine actually. Boom. That's in the way. Alright, so we would get rid of that, blah blah blah. That would go, that would go, yada yada yada. Oops. I mean, we could drop all this down to that level too, but we could bring this out a little more to here. You know, go to half floor or something. Bonk. All right, so so no on that. We put in a regular. Yeah, whatever. Fun. All right, I've been doing almost 4 hours here, and I am getting hungry. So we're gonna call this here for now. Continue to kind of play around with some of these ideas. They're not horrible yet. They're not great, but they're not horrible. And a lot of part eating. That's, you know, part of the problem, unfortunately, is that we'll go through a few parts, you know, to try to. But I'm hoping, you know, taking up some big chunks will definitely make things better. Alrighty. Well, I like this. I'm glad I got that idea from Galactus Simulacrum. You know what I'm talking about. But anyways, I don't have a thing for his channel, so we should probably get that rolling. If you want to check out the little city build thing he did, pretty cool. Got me this idea now, didn't it? Thank you, dashboard. And again, like I said, I'm just we're just trying to have some fun here. Trying to, you know, it's always interesting when we get new parts, trying to create new things, you know. But yeah, I'm going to use this idea for you. This works. It's a great facade. It really is. You know, to throw down some different bits. And make it look kind of interesting. And again, I'm going to say thank you for that idea, my friend. And I'm sure we could even probably shrink some of it too, but, you know, and have it fit for some other areas. Know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that worked out pretty well. And, you know, we haven't even thought about deco and all that other stuff. All right, y'all, you know what to do. Hit that notification bell to tell you when I'm back on. I might swing back tonight, but more than likely tomorrow morning at our usual time. I want to thank everybody for hanging out and keeping us company. I do not see anybody on my end of things. Oh, hold on. Let me double check before we get rolling here. Biddly biddly boop boo. Oh, Jane's World is going right now. He's doing abandoned mode fresh start. If you want to check out Zane, run on over there, show him some love. If you don't know Zane, subscribe. He knows the No Man's Sky stuff, and he's awesome. That's all I see. Yeah, so, yeah, run on over, check out Zane. Show Zane some love. Zane's World. Zane's World. Zane's World. Zane's World. Party time. Excellent. So, yeah, go check him out. Anyway, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and all that jive for me. Leave a comment if you'd like. Let me know what you're thinking of this stuff and all that fun stuff. I'll probably be hanging out in the music room tonight, just kind of noodling away on this, maybe hopefully coming out with some other different ideas. We'll see. And we're just going to be chilling, listening to some music. So if you're up for that, feel free to join. Just chill, mellow music. That's, stuff I can't play, during stream because it's all copywritten. All right, y'all. Until next time, this has been me, Kevin C. here at Action Pants Gaming. Wishing all of you out there in the No Man's Skyverse a little bit of love, peace, and starship grease. Get your action pants on. Get out there. Start building some wild and wacky stuff. Until next time, take care, y'all. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Action Pants Gaming. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. Laid back. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Throwing parts. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Crafting all night. rebuild. Let's make it right. Let's make it right.